Hey everybody, Through Red Butter here, back again with another beer review, back again with another Treehouse Brewing beer, back again with a very special beer. Last month or so, Treehouse released they did a huge project of bourbon barrel aged stouts with a bunch of variants on them. And I previously reviewed the base beer, which is the Treehouse Truth, which was a straight up bourbon barrel aged stout. But as part of that entire project, they released a bunch of variants, and tonight we have a vanilla variant on the bourbon barrel aged stout. This is the Treehouse Brewing Vanilla Bean Truth bourbon barrel aged stout, and a brief description on the back. Vanilla Bean Truth was aged for 22 months in select wheated bourbon barrels. This beer is then conditioned atop heaps of grade A purposely selected vanilla beans. 13.5% alcohol by volume. Big boy beer. Big boy barrel aged beer right here. So now I don't think at the time I'm filming this, I've actually posted my review of the base, Truth. No adjuncts, no flavors, just bourbon barrel aged Truth. But that was probably the best bourbon barrel aged, straight up bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout I've ever had. And I've even said it in the review of that. I can't see this series getting any better, but here we are, the first variant in the series, Vanilla Bean Truth. It is pouring out like friggin' motor oil. I said this, I believe. I can't remember what I filmed. Wow! Alright, so. I don't know. I don't mean to give this thing a verbal blowjob out of the gate, but we're just doing here. So the appearance on the Vanilla Bean Truth, pretty much no head at all. Yeah, we'll just call it. Is barely any head there. What head is there is completely the darkest brown you could imagine. It is leaving an absurd amount of alcohol legs on the glass. The beer itself, pitch black. Pitch black in color. It poured out like motor oil. And I said this in the original straight up Truth Imperial Stout. The body was massively thick. This poured out massively thick, so I don't know. We're not getting ahead of ourselves. I'm so giddy right now. Woo! So giddy. But let's get to Aroma on Vanilla Bean Truth. The aroma itself, it is a stellar bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout. It's got heaps, tons of chocolate, Hershey's chocolate syrup, milk chocolate, dark chocolate. Roasted coffee, obscene amount of bourbon. There is a vanilla presence there. I'll say it right now. Not as big as I thought it would be, but still. We have a world-class bourbon barrel-aged Imperial Stout with a touch of vanilla on the aroma. It's really coming more through as like marshmallow with that dark chocolate. So I got I got Malibars in a glass here. Vanilla's coming through a lot more as I let it through. Like I said, more like marshmallow. Perfectly fine by me. Yeah, Malibars all day. Ludicrously decadent on the nose. So let's not wait any longer. Let's get a taste on the Treehouse Brewing Vanilla Bean Truth Bourbon Barrel Aged Stout. I really don't feel like saying that whole thing every time, but I feel like I'm gonna. Cheers. And really, the taste really follows the nose. I'll give it that. It's got that marshmallow, dark chocolate, Malamar feel. So much bourbon. Just like Base Truth. Absurd amount of bourbon flavor on this one. Then you get those dark chocolate notes, that black coffee, milk chocolate, just so much roastiness on this. But yeah, vanilla is big here. Again, it is that marshmallow flavor. Getting a good amount of char and tobacco from the barrel. From what I remember of my just standard truth review, maybe the barrel isn't like I'm looking for those char, tobacco, oak, and wood character. They're here, but not as big. I believe the vanilla is probably subduing that a little bit, which is fine because the vanilla and that marshmallow flavor is loud and proud at the cost of subduing the barrel character itself. So that's the trade-off here. So if that's your thing, great. It's a diabetes stout. That's what it is, plain and simple. But yeah, so much bourbon, dark chocolate and coffee, and marshmallow. So it is a decadent dessert beer. That's for sure. And just like the standard Base Truth, when I remember, it is just one of the thickest, most viscous motor oil bodies I've ever seen in an Imperial Stout or barrel-aged Imperial Stout. It is just, it hits your tongue and your taste buds with such a thud on every single sip, coats everything. It is such a thick, luscious mouthfeel. I mean, 13.5%. There is a bit of a warming and a heat, but really no alcohol taste to it, which, again, like the base beer, and, sings here too, it is just ludicrously impressive. Again, big sugary dessert beer, so take your time. It's a sipper. It's a sipper for sure. So, as for a final score, final verdict, final rating on the Treehouse Brewing Vanilla Bean Truth, I'll double check my math, 13.5% bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout with vanilla. For my money, I'll take Base Truth over this. I would like the barrel itself, those oak and wood and char and tobacco characters to shine a bit more. I understand the vanilla. The trade-off is you get more vanilla and marshmallow here, which is great itself. I would rank this underneath Base Truth, but not by a lot. This is still a decadent, world-class, bourbon barrel-aged Imperial Stout, so I gave Base Truth a perfect 10. I believe I even went overboard, gave her like 11 and a 12. For this one, though, I'll go 9.5 out of 10. Another a great entry into the series, and I have more in the fridge. Looking forward to those. But yeah, 9.5 out of 10 for the Treehouse Brewing Vanilla Bean Truth Bourbon Barrel Aged Imperial Stout. That's going to do it for me, Through Red Butter. Till next time. Cheers, everybody.